So we kicked off our conference with a keynote lecture by Jim O'Neill. Many of us know Jim O'Neill from the pioneering work he did in coining the term BRICS, when he argued that China, India, Brazil, and Russia were key players in the need for us to understand how globalization will evolve.
I think this is really important in post-Brexit Britain because a lot of these countries are going to be more and more important to our future.
These are economies that are there and will stay and will leave an impact. It is really very relevant for everyone today to try to understand what is it that these rising powers have done to be where they are today.
We've organized this conference to bring all 12 projects that were part of this program and many of their collaborators across the world to come to a meeting where we can hear the core findings that have come out from all the individual projects, and then to present that to a group of both academics as well as a range of policy actors.
This overall event brings together very different programs focused on different rising powers. At first glance, they appear to have very little to do with each other, but if you listen to the detail, you begin to ask yourself questions about your program you never asked before because somebody came up with something in another area that makes sense.
To come together like this, to have all these projects talking to each other, you learn about different contexts, different projects, different problems, different solutions. It's been really enlightening, and I think for me the quality of the work was what stood out, and that I learned a great deal from that.
I consider that is an extremely interesting and informative brainstorming of international agenda, which was extremely important for me.
There's still lots to learn from and lots of ideas that could be useful to other developing countries.
This is a very valuable program because it's very diverse and also very coherent. All the projects are concerned about how the rising countries, particularly in my case in China, what does it mean to the global governance?
They are going to shape the world order in quite fundamental ways over the next 10 to 20 years. We need a deeper understanding on what that's going to look like, who it's going to affect, and what the appetite is within policymakers amongst politicians in those countries to assume these new global responsibilities.
It's really important that we talk about these issues, and I'm really delighted that the ESRC has supported this research programme and the final conference. There really is no better recipe than talking to people, trying to understand what they hope for, what they need, and explaining to them where we are coming from. It frankly is the only way that you can get a modern society to function.